binding his successors. And he says that no authority can punish a priest who will celebrate this Mass. Till the end of times, no priest can be punished because he celebrates this Mass. And that's a very, very special, extraordinary act which is made by Saint Pius V, which makes it absolutely unique. It's as if he would have foreseen what happens in the future. And so he says, if you celebrate that Mass, nobody, no bishop, not even the Pope can punish you because you celebrate it. And he continues with the you can find it in other documents. But this to say you cannot be condemned because you celebrate that Mass, that's absolutely unique. And so in that sense, this document is very, very special. And I think that any priest could put himself on this document to say, I have the right to say it, even against the bishop. And the bishop cannot say anything against it. Yeah, it's very interesting because it's something very special. I may say, and that could be interesting for everyone of you, that when for this you need to understand a little bit of what is happening with the law. When you make a new law on a matter which had already a law before, the new law is abrogating the previous law. I'll give you an example. The Romans, Julius Caesar, decided that we drive on the left. So the time with their horses and so on, they drove on the left. And in the whole Roman Empire, it was like that. And it was like that till the Emperor Napoleon in France. You see, people who were not under Napoleon, like the English, they continue the old way of Caesar, Julius Caesar. They drive to the left. Now, you can understand that when Napoleon makes the new law and say, we drive to the right, this new law is abrogating the previous one, because it's impossible to imagine that you can have both laws at the same time. You imagine the mess that would be caused on the streets if you can say, well, you can drive either right or left. No, it's not possible. And some people have pretended that with the introduction of the new Mass, the old one was abrogated. So it was in Rome, they discussed about that. I am, what you say, I know of a change of note inside the Vatican between the Secretary of State and the prefect of the liturgy, the congregational liturgy. This note is dated 1982. And in this note, the Cardinal, Secretary of State, says, as we discussed last year with Cardinal Ratzinger, there is no theological, doctrinal, or canonical argument which could say that the previous Mass has been abrogated. So inside the Vatican, they know that the old Mass has not been suppressed. And 2 years later, they made the famous indult, it was in 84, where they say, well, if you want, you may have it. And then in 2007, finally, Pope Benedict said, no, it is not abrogated. Something very interesting, in 2011, the Commission Ecclesia Dei is making a statement on this document of the Pope, this motu proprio. And what do they say? They say first that this motu proprio of the Pope is a universal law. That means it touches every Christian. Secondly, the intention of the Pope was to put at the disposal of every Catholic the Tridentine Mass. The intention of the Pope is that every Catholic can have access to this old rite. The text continues by saying, for priests, you can use the old breviary. It's at your disposal. They say you can use the old benedictions, what we call the ritual. And the ritual includes also all the sacraments which the priest gives, and also the exorcism, the old exorcism. And for the bishops, they say you can use the old pontifical. So all the ceremonies which are reserved to the Pope, to the bishop, it is called the pontifical, they are put at disposal again. So it was very clear on the side of the Pope that his intention was not just for us, for the Society of Spicetans, it was for the whole Church to get back to the old liturgy. But he was blocked by so many and numerous bishops who did not want that. Until now it's like this. Well, it's getting a little bit better, because a lot of young priests, they want it. I know now several bishops who want it, younger bishops. It's surprising, let's say, the more we go, the more I find new bishops who are in favor of the old Mass. And nuncios, I meet quite a number of nuncios who are in favor. And myself, I'm surprised. But it shows that things are progressing, and they're progressing through the youth. That's very interesting. Do you know that the Pope Francis, he asked to the Czech, how is that the youth likes this Mass? And he continued by saying, well, it must be a fashion. And then he continued by saying, I don't invent, it's real. Well, another idea which is also impressive that happened before when he was child. My experience, and I have quite to do with Rome. Everyone does what he wants. The unity of the church is what is We say, yes, the church is holy. How can we say that? Because it has all the means to sanctify, to make saints today, even today. When you go to confession, you can bring all the sins you can. The priest says, I absolve you, you are clean. You have a baptism, it gives you the grace. The church has not lost any of its power to bring souls to heaven, even in this mess, in this terrible situation. That's why we must stick to the church. It's the only means given by God, by our Lord, for us to be saved. So we must stick to it. I'm sorry, you had a question. Become a bishop does not make us infallible. The apostles, after they had received the Holy Ghost at Pentecost, they had a special privilege that they could not sing. Was demoted from the United States to put it through another country. And I may say that was the start of his problem. And then he spoke very imprudently against the Jews, and I say not only imprudently, but I think he said was wrong. And he did not want to listen, but at the end he disobeyed so openly. I tried to say him, so to say, to keep him, but he really lived in a total rebellion, disobedience.